Alright, let me explain something to y'all real quick. This right here, the $20 bill, this costs 10 cents to print. This $100 bill right here, this new 100, this costs 12 cents to make, to print. And this is what y'all spend y'all life chasing after. This is what everybody sets their hopes and aspirations on. Money. It's like water. It comes and it goes. It perishes. This is what I meant by I shake my head at my people who chasing things that fade. This isn't going to stay. Like I say, it comes and goes. But I hate when I see brothers in faith putting up posts about getting money. Or when people say that's all the life is chasing after money. Living it up, living the life. This is what they call life. But scripture says in Matthew 4:4, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahweh. So then what is that word? Psalms 119, 172 lets us know that the word are them commandments. Which is why we find in Psalms 119, 104, through thy precepts I gain understanding, therefore I hate every false way. And precepts are a general rule governing one's behavior and thought process. Now the Old Testament is littered with precepts. And the Bri HaKadosh, or the New Testament, is a reiteration of those precepts found in the Old Testament. Now, it hurts my heart knowing that people worry about things they can't control. And we got so many people in the faith right now whose blessings are hindered, who can't come to terms with their situations. And they feel like it's just the end of the road for them. But we got people who are more concerned about what they're going to eat, what they're going to wear, where they're going to sleep. They want to be comfortable physically rather than spiritually. And they believe this is the way. This is nothing. Matthew 6:33 lets us know that you seek the kingdom of the Most High and His righteousness first, and all these other things will be added unto you. We got people who have car problems. We have people who can't pay or can't afford to stay in the house they in. People who can't afford their apartments. We have people right now needing to make a life decision on whether or not to keep the child or get rid of it. But in all these things, remember, if you seek the Father and His righteousness, you'll be okay in the end. Now I'm going to read you something. Philippians 4, verse 6 and 7. Don't worry about anything, but in everything through prayer and petition with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to Yahweh. And the peace of Yahweh, which surpasses every thought, will guard your hearts and minds in Yahshua HaMashiach. So with this, understand that if what you physically bond yourself to, your car, your living situation, or even your children, if you let that compromise your inner peace because you have become attached to these physical objects, or have allowed yourself to become attached to people who are emotionally, spiritually, and physically draining you, then you have succumbed to the spiritual elements and forces of this world, to the prince of the power of the air. Now I'm going to also read you 1 Peter 5, 6 through 7, which reads, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of Elohim, so that He may exalt you at the proper time, casting all your care on Him because He cares about you. So what you worried about? Why are you worrying for? 1 Peter 4:12 also reads, dear friends, don't be surprised when a fiery ordeal comes among you to test you, as if something unusual were happening to you. But instead, rejoice as you share in the sufferings of the Messiah, so that you may also rejoice with great joy at the revelation of his glory. The revelation of his glory is that he delivers you through your situation. The revelation of his glory is that he delivers you from your emotional distress, from your physical disdain, from your weary mentality. And that's just like with people who take so much pride in their physical objects that don't know when to let it go. Like for instance, it may be a car, it may be a place you don't want to give up. But if you allow what you have set your affections on this earth to corrupt your spiritual well-being, your physical well-being, your healthy mentality, by not knowing when to bail out, by not knowing when to give it up, then as I said before, you have succumbed to the prince of the power of the air. Sometimes it's better to let go. It don't matter how much time and effort you put in that person, whoever it may be, your mother, your father, your child. A lot of y'all out there got some unruly children. It could be a physical object. It could be whatever you're riding around in. If you don't know when the ship is sinking, then you're going to go under with it. So I just got myself a new vehicle. But like I tell people, before I let that drain my pockets, or before I let that take me under, I'm going to cut it off, I'm going to get rid of it. It's just like how I am with people I deal with. If we can't vibe spiritually or mentally, then I really don't want nothing to do with you. And my family out there know that I'm a man of very few words. That's because my cutoff game is something serious. And it's the same way with physical objects. What I'm concerned about right now is getting closer to the Father. These things we set our affections on this earth will soon pass away, rust away, fade away, be given to somebody else. But what has been from eternity to eternity will remain eternal. And there ain't nothing that none of us can do about it. And the fact that we as human beings die in the first place should wake a lot of you up from your vanity, your obsession with physical objects. But I know it's not. So what we have right now is the end, the last days of the last days. And things are coming to a close real gradually. And a lot of you out there will want to get a rude awakening. But vanity is just what it is. It's vanity. Stop worrying about things you can't control. Know when to let go. And that ain't that important.